So now what I'd like to do is ask Mike Harris on behalf of the Australian American Association to respond to the address provided by Peter Gow, and possibly also by our councillor. Mike Harris, please step forward.
Thank you, Georgia. Very much. Yes, good morning everybody in this very warm morning in Brisbane, late November. It's indeed an honour and a privilege to thank everyone attending here today, and also to give appreciation to all those who played an important role in the organising and making of this historic event possible. In particular, the Toowong RSL's George Hurst and Toowong RSL President and today's event speaker Peter Gow, and of course Councillor Greg Anderman and of the ward of Pullenvale, who worked so hard to get this project through. Congratulations, Councillor. And also our head greyhound over here is always biting at people's heels to get these petitions in. Well done, Peter. Well done indeed. It's also very heartwarming to know that we are all present here supporting and remembering the significant presence of the US Navy here at this site during World War II, and today's naming and recognition by formal signage of the name Camp Coot-tha Place. And I would especially like to thank our event speaker Peter Gow for sharing his research and historical information, and it was quite interesting actually to hear him talk about as a young boy coming through here, and who would have known that the Yanks had a base camp up here, or a camp up here with all those things going on. It's just incredible actually.
It is.
And on the 1st of August 1942, the Brisbane City Council, as we know, lent this bushland area to the United States Navy to use as an ordnance depot, and a determining factor for the choice was that its dense bushland was deemed appropriate for providing suitable camouflage for munition storage. And once the construction had begun, the peaceful bushland area would have become a real hive of activity. I know Peter mentioned about the actual work going on. I can just imagine Seabees clearing the bushland with their bulldozers. The explosive sounds of dynamite. They didn't have plastic in those days, I don't think, but dynamite, did they?
Yeah.
Thank you, Peter. Sort of forming roads up there on the hillside there. And all the other work that was going on, as Peter said, the constructing of covered magazines for ammunition and explosives, the construction of igloo accommodation huts, the hospital, the erection of the security fencing protecting the whole camp. And another thing he mentioned about 120,000 tonnes of explosives. If they had gone off, it would have taken the whole site away, I should imagine. I've made a few notes about Peter's speech. He said there were 13 magazine holders. The camp had a place there for US personnel, no doubt the enlisted men and the officers.
Separately.
500 kilo explosives in the torpedo heads. Oh, unbelievable. Magnetic mines were kept here. Lots of explosives. I can just imagine what it was like, and when I arrived here today, I drove past here about 30 years ago. I live on the south side, and when I got here I thought, how could a camp be possibly built up in those hills and around here? It must have been quite a big project to do, and the can-do abilities of the Seabees and everybody else who was involved are quite exemplary actually. It's just amazing. I'm just amazed. I'd like to go for a walk up in these hills one day and have a look around for myself.
Take plenty of water.
Take plenty of water.
Believe
Okay.
me.
Just in finishing, ladies and gentlemen, I again like to thank Peter for his inspiring speech, and it is also inspiring to see organisations in Australia supporting the special relationship that exists between Australia and the United States of America. Our coming together today for this event is evidence of the foundation of the close ties that are reflected between our two great countries, and I'm grateful to you, everyone here today, for upholding and supporting the value of this very strong friendship. And finally, my very sincere appreciations to all Australians for the many years of being good friends, supporters and mutual allies of the Americans, and may that go on.
Absolutely.
Australians and Americans have always been there for one another, and we always will be. Absolutely. I thank you.
We'll get there one day.
Let's just pull this up. You go.
Here, here.